Unfortunately, this day has come. I've been playing Drive World for probably about a year, pretty much since when it came out. And unfortunately, today is the day that I will be leaving Drive World. Today is December 1st, 2023. And this game used to be really good. It used to be the best driving game on Roblox, and because of a few recent updates, they've been, unfortunately, slowly ruining the game. The start of it, as we call it, the Great Balancing Act, was when they removed the score. And yeah, we were pretty mad about that when it came out, but we've gotten used to that. That's all fine. But they have limited every car to 1500 horsepower. That means any car that I have, all of these cars here, every single one of these, from here, actually from there up, all of these cars had more than 1500 horsepower, and they're just worthless now. Sure, I guess there's some positives in it. You've got handling upgrades, and they do burnouts. Yeah, that's totally fair. And all of the upgrades are the same price, which can be good or bad depending on your car. If it's a cheap car, that's really bad. And Usering's excuse was he said he wanted to make it fair, and he wanted to see more variety of cars, but people are just going to find one good car, and that will be the only car that they will be using. They've also eliminated gear tuning, which is one of the other main reasons why I'm leaving. The F1 car, it used to have wicked acceleration. It is painfully slow now, and they have nerfed the top speed of it. So I have spent like $30 million on this car just for my upgrades to be worthless and to have a crappy top speed. And it doesn't even have the best handling in the game. Why? They've made... It's just ridiculous. They've made cars that should be insane. This car is just insane. You can do a quarter mile in 7 seconds. Then they did the shift time update, and they destroyed that. Okay, fine. But they still have the same horsepower. We can live with that. But everything has the same horsepower. Everything is slow. Yeah, okay, fine. The brakes are fixed. That's a big whoop, but the problem is you just wasted all of your money. If you've been playing before this and bought any car that had more than 1500 horsepower, your money's gone. It's completely wasted. This car, my Helion, I love this car. This was the first ever challenge car, and this specific car is the first ever challenge car. When they came back out, this was the one that I got when they came back out, but this is the original car. This is I think I've got 2,000 miles on this car, and I love it. It used to have 1,800 horsepower. It used to, a long, long time ago. This used to be the fastest car in the game, and it isn't itself anymore. You can't tune the gears to make it faster. It's just whatever the heck the devs want is now your problem. It's really unfortunate, because they thought that they could fix it by just adding better brakes and the ability to have better handling, but that's not how this works. So I think I'm gonna retire it by how it started, with, and good timing for the rain, with my first ever car that I bought, if I can find it. It's now all of my cars are out of order. This was the first ever car that I bought. I haven't changed anything since then. Oh, of course it's buffed. I buffed it. Hang on a second. Now it has the same horsepower that it did before. This was how much horsepower this car had when it was maxed. This is the Supra. This was my first car. It's exactly the same as when I got it. So I'm going to return to my past and just do a lap. Truly is unfortunate that they have nerfed this game because it had so much potential. The desert expansion, I remember we were so hyped up for that. It was awesome. It was such a larger map. And when they added Japan, oh man, that was something else. Then Race World came, and it was truly an incredible experience. You had scores. That was the true fun of it, was the scores. Because you had to build just the right car for just the right classes. I have a car that I've gotten #1 worldwide in many, many races. That is my original. This is the original 6x6. The wagon 6x6. I have gotten #1 global in so many races with this truck. And still is... This is the true winner here. But I still remember my Supra. I remember when I got my Supra. I remember how amazed we were at how fast it was. It's just here. This was before trailers and grocery deliveries were even a thing. I remember it was right here. It was right here where I sat. And I bought the car, and we're just amazed at how fast it was, how well it could do, and now I've gotten so much farther. I've got a lot of cars. I have every single challenge car that this game has ever had, and I'm not sure if I will continue to get those challenge cars. I already have that one, but I might go for the Comet. So, this is not exactly a goodbye then, but a farewell to the drive world that I know. This is the goodbye to all of my cars, all of the hours upon hours upon hours of tuning I put into them, the hours of customization, and making all of them just right. Like, before the update, you could go into any one of my cars, like, I don't know. This was the Contender. This was my first drag car. Yeah, I know, the paint is awful, but I made it like that because it's funny. But the gearing on this was just right. My drag car, I was getting sub 7.5 second times sometimes, and it was perfect. It's pathetic now. There's no other way to say it. So, If what Usering wants to call this is a balancing act, whatever. It's not a balancing act, as really just hurting everybody. So, goodbye, Drive World.